Wait, wait, wait. You should call me in here. I'm interested. I'll bite. Why not? What's up? I'll bite. Hey, look, before I say this, not all black people think alike. Like, Queen is definitely entitled to her opinion. So this is not me going against her, by the way. This is me just listening to this conversation. Wait, which N word? When you say N word, I don't think of nigga. Nigga is not the N word. Well, that's not fair. That's not fair. Is that? I mean, if we're going to call someone racist, right? What does racist mean to you? First of all, like, how do you define racist? Bella? Yeah. Okay. So no, you're not, because this is a conversation with a bunch of different people. I'm not going to rule out anyone's perspective. I'm just going to deal with. You got it. Anybody else here? What's your definition of racist? Or people? No, no, not at all. It's a term of endearment. Says who? Says who though? Because you have right, but this is the point that I'm making. You have 40 plus million blacks. Some black people absolutely don't care and don't take it as you saying nigger. The N word is nigger. That is a derogatory word. But how can we, as black people, say that this word, nigga, is a term of endearment, but then turn around and say if you use it, you're weaponizing it? So then what is the word? Is it a term of endearment or is it a weapon? What is it? You're not answering my question. Is it a weapon or is it a term of endearment? But I'm asking you guys. So you think blacks are discriminating against each other when they say it? So it has double meaning. So are we being disrespectful to each other as black people when we say that out of anger? No. I'm just asking them in general. This is a conversation. I'm getting everyone's perspective. I'm not arguing. I'm just asking questions on the fly because this is how my brain works. You said it's disrespectful in the manner in which it's used, if it's used with anger. So are we being disrespectful to each other as blacks when we call each other that? In arguments, conflicts, right before we kill each other, you know, why not? So it's not your business because you're not black, but it is your business when you feel someone is using it in a specific way. So it becomes your business when it's racist. Okay, so when it's racist, it becomes your business. But that same word being used, well, what context is it being used in?
Community, it's my understanding. I said that if someone within the black community
Mm-hmm.
is in the room while that phrase is being uttered
Mm-hmm.
and they are offended by it, that doesn't it qualify as a racist term or qualify as a derogatory term towards, let's say, the black community?
No, because you would have to prove to me how that is how two people in a room being offended by something should dictate the rest of the population.
Let's not even say population. Let's say just the room. Let's say it's just us. And somebody in here had an issue with it and they happen to be black. What then? What do we do then?
Why should you care though? Like why should you put that much stock in the fact that
I
someone
mean,
is black and they
I'm
feel
willing
this way?
to I'm willing to not call somebody something because they don't like that, and I personally don't say the word anyways, but like say you didn't like being called a bitch. I would never call you a bitch because you don't like it. Do you know what I'm saying? It's not just a preferential word. It's like I respect others and how they wish to be spoken to.
Mm-hmm.
Or let's say you didn't like being called a bitch and then somebody did call you a bitch. Like,
Mm-hmm.
wouldn't you at that point think that it was a derogatory term that shouldn't have been used?
Right, like they was doing it on purpose.
Sure, but I wouldn't
Yeah.
tell them not to say it. Like of course I can feel like you're saying something all I want. It's either true or it's not. But that's not the point that I'm making. From what I'm being told, you're telling someone to say this word, right? And then you're saying, I bet you won't do it in front of me, as if we're all not adults. And someone here, because we're childish adults, is going to call your bluff, right? And she called your bluff, and now all of a sudden she's racist. In my opinion, that takes away from what racist actually means because two people in a discord having a conflict and you're saying words that are going to trigger the other person, doesn't make them a racist. Does she believe that she's superior to blacks? Has she ever said that?
So is that your definition
It's
of?
the definition of racism.
Yeah, it is the definition, but that's how you interpret it.
Yes, because that's the definition.
Okay.
I don't believe in your truth, my truth. We all got a truth. It either happened or it didn't. I don't even like Ginger. I think Ginger is. I could say a lot of mean things about Ginger, right? And she knows because I've said this to her. But to put the term racist on her because she said nigga and someone challenged you to say it, cracker, honky, am I racist?
Would you say that?
No, am I racist? Peckerwood?
No. How dare you
Are
make
you
that racist
saying
comment?
it? Are you saying it in like a derogatory way?
What do you mean? This is what I mean. What
Are you saying it in a
you
derogatory way?
when I call you a hunky, when has it ever been used as a term of endearment?
I mean, has it been used to oppress me and my racial group?
White people, listen, you're not oppressing blacks, so please remove that from your vocabulary.
No, I'm saying
the
like
word nigga
it was
not
used
used
to oppress.
blacks. That's not the word that was used. Like, let's be honest. What was the word that was used in terms of talking about black people? You're not going to
With
say
the
it because
hard
you know what
ER.
it is.
With the hard ER.
Okay, so if we know that word means what it means, but we also know that this population decided, nah, we're going to flip that and it's a term of endearment and this is me talking to my brother, my homie, my friend. That word is still racist, even though this side is directly telling you it's a term of endearment. Is it a weapon or is it a term of endearment?
Well, I think that's where the confusion comes in because you said that the word with the A can be interpreted different by different people.
Because that's reality.
That's where the confusion comes in. Yeah, so that's where the confusion comes in. So I think it's a better bet for people of other ethnicities just not to use the word
to
at
say,
all.
yeah, err on the safe side and don't say it at all.
That's cool. You can
because
say
you
that,
never know.
but you called
Well,
this
you never know
person
who's going to be
racist.
offended.
No. What you're saying now, fine. You're having a very subjective conversation. Hey, we don't know how this person's going to feel, that person's going to feel. You're being considerate.
Right.
But
Right.
you're being an asshole when you call them racist after you do that.
Well, I think it's because they made it very clear to her that they didn't want her saying that word. And she said
But
it
just
anyway.
because this person made it very clear and Ginger didn't give a crap doesn't make them racist. You just agreed that the definition I gave is the exact definition of it. Who cares
To
if
be
another
clear,
person
I
felt a
would
certain
never
way?
have said it. I would never have said it if she wasn't sitting there telling me I wouldn't say it in front of her. That's the only
think
reason
it's.
I said it.
I think
don't
she
say
said that
word.
because
This
she was
isn't-
offended.
hold on. This isn't a word that I just say in front of just anybody, okay? When I said it in the VCs, the people that were in the VCs didn't give a shit. When I said it last night, the one and only reason I said it is because she's like, you won't say it in front of me, bitch. And I'm like, okay, I don't know who you think you are, if you think you're some tough bitch over the internet, but I'll go ahead and say it just because you wanted to taunt me like that. This isn't a word I use in my daily vocabulary. If I'm in my room by myself singing along to a song and I say the word, it's not hurting anybody. I don't walk around the street saying this to random people on the street.
I think you and me, Suni, disagree in the aspect of what is considered racist as far as her abortion take. Me personally, I think that if a mother gets pregnant with a biracial child and chooses to abort it, I would say that is the epitome of what I believe the racist definition is. That she feels that
who am I racist against? Who am I racist against? Because I agree that a black
I'm
not saying.
Hold on, I have a question
general.
to Liz. Would she be racist if she said, I would be for a black woman aborting a baby that was half white?
Yeah, absolutely.
So any race, you're not just saying this, then okay. I would still ask you, how are we labeling this as racist when we don't know how the mother feels about this specific race?
Well, that's what she clarified. She said it wouldn't matter whether it was a black woman with a half-white baby or a white woman with a half black baby, or an Asian woman with a Latino baby,
If she wanted to
I
abort
would
it
say
because of its specific race, she could do it.
yes. Yes.
I would say her supporting that, I don't know if that would make her racist because she supports abortion no matter what.
Right.
So
And that's why I said I'm not able to
can't
either.
label gender racist, but I can label that mother racist 1000%. Now, I would definitely say that gender is weird and cringy as fuck for being okay with any race of people doing that, but I wouldn't label her
No,
racist.
I didn't say I was okay with it. I didn't say I was okay with it. I said that's not something I would support, but at the same time, that's her right to do that. I'm not going to tell her you cannot do that because of this. And it's the same thing with a child who's disabled. I don't like the idea of somebody doing that. I'm not okay with that, but I'm not going to tell somebody else they cannot do it because it's not my business what they do.
So you
Yeah,
think
maybe I personally just have a problem with the take.
so you
That's
like so
fine,
you think
but racist, no.
boarding the baby because they maybe have disabled is a good thing?
You cut out a little bit. What was that?
You think boarding the baby that is disabled is a good thing?
I just said I don't think it's a good thing, but I'm saying that it's the woman's right to do that if she chooses. Like, look at it this way. A disabled child is a huge responsibility. It's a big, depending on the responsibility, if the child, let's say it only has half a brain, that's a burden financially, mentally, emotionally. Like, that's a huge thing to take on. So who am I to tell a mother and a father or a whole family, who am I to tell them they can't do this thing if they don't feel like they can handle this responsibility of taking care of a child with these special needs? I'm pro-choice across the board. Any reason a woman wants to abort is her reason and her reason alone. I don't have to agree with the reason. I don't have to think it's a good reason. I just think it's her fucking business and it's not mine. I'm about minding my own business.
They don't mind murdering babies. Great. Okay, good.
No, fetuses, no, not babies. Don't kill babies. That's mean.
As if a fetus is not a baby.
That's technically not. It's still a fetus till it's born. Then it's a baby.
You just disagreed with me on a technicality. Come on, this is not the
I
justice.
know.
I mean, this is not a courtroom.
I'm just being goofy.
You can't win that way here. This is public opinion,
I
Ginger.
know you guys. I know pro-lifers look at it as a baby. I know. I don't. It's until it's viable. I don't look at it as anything other than like a potential.
I'm not even
baby.
about to debate abortion with you because it's a debate and it's worn out, and there's legit no reason for me to debate with you when you are just straight up immoral. Like, that's it.
I mean, that's fine. That's fine. You can think that.
Yeah.
I don't think abortion's a good thing. I just don't think it's anybody's business if somebody chooses to do
Yeah,
it.
I would question I would question your ethics. I would question everything about you from this point going forward. And that's it. And that's cool. But the fact is, you know that. So I'm not debating abortion, guys. I'm sorry. Like, I'm just not going to do
No,
it.
that's fine. I was just trying to say, like, I don't think that makes me ableist or racist. If I was saying I think only disabled babies should be aborted, that would be ableist. I'm saying that's not my business. If they want to abort for that reason, like, have at it. It's not my business.
Damn.
I mean, it really
Business.
to me. I mean, this is the definition almost. You're saying solely because, like this mother, Bella gave you the hypothetical that if the mom wanted to abort this child because it has Down syndrome, that she just didn't like that had Down syndrome. You said yes. How's it not able?
That would make
you
the mother
abort-
ableist.
Would
wouldn't
you
it?
abort your child if it had Down syndrome?
No.
No.
I'm asking gender.
No, I personally wouldn't. No.
So then why would you? Okay. You would advocate for another woman to do it just because it's her choice.
I don't
Okay,
advocate.
I can see their dilemma with saying you're racist and you're ableist because you're advocating for these things, right? By saying, well, this woman should have a choice, and it doesn't matter what her reason is; it's her choice. You're saying that, but you're also saying in the same breath, well, I don't support it. Well, you
No, I don't think it's okay. I don't think it's. I wouldn't tell a woman that had a baby baby of a race she didn't want inside of her. Or
So
a woman
okay,
who found out the baby
I
was
get
well,
that.
I wouldn't say you should abort.
I get
I don't
that.
think it's a good thing to do. I personally wouldn't do it.
I
But
get
I'm
that.
not going to tell somebody else what they can and can't.
But you're still advocating for an avenue for them to do that.
Sure,
That's you can't. That
because I
doesn't
think
make
that's their
any
right.
sense. That's an oxymoron. They cancel each other out.
I think that's between her and her doctor. I don't think
So
anybody else should have
why
any
are you
opinion.
not? Why are you not for rape? In some instances,
See, and this is another thing where me and you probably differ. I don't think you have rights until you're born. So I would consider rape a rights violation, where I don't consider an abortion a rights violation.
Huh? Can you say that one more time? Wait, Ginger, can you say that one more time for me?
I don't think you have rights until you're born. But let's say, even if I did say that a fetus has rights, when two people's rights are in conflict, one person has to forego their rights. So I think if the woman doesn't want the child inside of her, she shouldn't have to have the child inside of her. I think that's her
what if it's a
business.
baby?
It's a fetus until it's born.
No. So you were for abortions up to birth.
No, I wouldn't make it illegal.
Okay, why are you
Because
not
there
for
are
abortions up to birth?
Because once the baby can survive outside the body, I'd rather they just have a C-section labor than to kill the fetus.
So it's a living thing, which means it has rights.
I disagree. I don't think I would make it illegal.
Why
to have an
would you
abortion?
make it illegal? Why would you make it illegal?
I wouldn't.
So you are okay with the woman going to kill a child right before birth. She's 37 weeks. This baby is viable. It's got a beating heart, a functioning brain. You are okay.
That baby's got rights. That
Hold on.
baby's got a right to
You
live.
are okay with her going to abort that.
No, I'm not.
Why?
The only reason I wouldn't make it illegal is because there are instances that right around the point of viability, like that's around the time when a mother will find out about genetic defects or like abnormalities, like things like that. So I think at that point, if the woman wants to abort, she should be allowed to. I don't think like past that period where they find those things out. No,
Okay.
I don't think they should be allowed to abort.
Now you said you're not in support of this, right?
Right.
Okay. Why are you not in support of this?
Of that aborting until 9 months,
Yes.
because at that point, I think that you can just give birth to it
But
and like, give it up for adoption.
why? Okay. Listen to me. You think
Because okay, so
I'm not going to speak for you, but if you don't answer my question, I'm going to speak for you. Why are you opposed to this?
because at that point, at the point of viability, they can feel pain. They have a sense of awareness. They've got some consciousness. Like all these things that would make it like before that point, they don't even know they exist. There's no pain. There's no they can't feel or react. I mean, they react with automatic reflexes. There's no like interaction that you can have.
So
with
you are opposed to it because it's a living thing that breathes and has a beating heart and a functioning brain, correct?
It's
I'm
a
opposed
bodily.
to it mostly because it can feel pain. Honestly, that's
Okay,
my
because
biggest reason.
it's a living thing.
Sure, but it's still a living
Okay.
thing before that too.
Okay.
Ginger, your
So
stance is the bodily autonomy stance. That's what it is.
don't help her. Let her debate this herself.
It
Bodily
is 100%.
autonomy or not, bro. You are saying I'm against this because it can feel pain, meaning it's alive. But I'm going to support a woman doing it,
It's a lie.
even if because her baby has Down syndrome. That's fucking murder. It's murder.
It's alive at conception. I can concede to that. It's alive at conception. It's a life at conception. I just don't value it.
So when does it get right? When does it get right?
I was about to ask
With birth?
that.
If you can recognize it's alive at conception,
When
and so it doesn't get right, so it's birthed.
Yeah, because that's when you become an individual.
This is
You're no
why
longer
these were
dependent.
repealed in 19. This is why women shouldn't have the right to do a GD thing in this country. Like, bro, what? No, just I understand. And look, I don't think you're racist. Okay, I don't think you're racist. racist because I've talked to you a few times. You're not racist, but you are completely immoral. Like, I have never met a person this fucking immoral. And it's like you don't even recognize how immoral this is. You're saying you don't support it, but you really do, bro. You would have no problem with a woman outwardly saying, this baby is half black and I don't fucking want it. Like, that is insane to me.
No, I would have a problem with it. I just don't think it should be illegal. I would say that that's a racist piece of shit to do something like that. And I would also go, why
So then you want
were you fucking a black person?
Should we repeal civil rights?
No, why would we repeal civil rights?
Well, you don't care about that baby's civil rights and it's half black, so why would you care about a alive, living, breathing black person's rights? What's the civil rights by the
I don't
way?
think
It doesn't even give them their rights, but why are you for civil rights?
You gotta be consistent, Ginger. The answer would have been yes to repealing civil
Right.
rights.
Right? Yeah.
No,
This is where
I think that
logic
think
is.
that has right. I'm logically inconsistent as fuck. I get it.
Okay.
That's fine.
Well, that's why everybody's confused because that's what it's like. You got the pro-lifers and the pro-choicers